Isn't it a little bit difficult to kind of find out the motivation of each one of these 20 individuals? Is there any way to to have the general mission of a company yet be aware of the intrinsic
Yes,
motivation of each one of those members of your team?
excellent questions. I'm glad you asked me this question because I don't want to forget about very important element here. So we discussed about the study of axiology.
Right.
So there are 282 ology that exist, and axiology, as I mentioned, is the study of worth and meaning. So your question, to answer your questions in 2 words, okay, it's in other words, how can I get the axiology of my employee? And to find out is there is actually a process that I'm using constantly in every coaching is to determine your axiology.
Okay.
So these are 13 questions, very specific 13 questions. And that's why we keep on saying the quality of your life depending on the quality of the question you ask. So these are 13 questions that you go through, and I sit down with the individual, and we from that your highest value will surface to you.
Right.
And I've seen this so many times. People, the reason why people they feel lost is because they don't know what their axiology is. They don't know what's
Right.
their identity is.
Right.
When you hear people saying, "Well, that individual lost his identity," in other words, in the psychological way, he doesn't know his axiology is. So we go through this process, we answer these questions with the person, and then we reveal what his highest value
Right.
is,
Right.
and then we start to connect his highest value to the value of the corporation. So just to give you an example, one of the exercises that I do in my workshop is I take the person and say, okay, list the job description that you have at work.
Okay.
So that he lists maybe 10 bullet points, 10 job descriptions. And I tell them, okay, score them from 1 to 7, being, let's say, 7 is the most inspiring. You don't wait the moment to get that task done. And 1, let's say, is the least one that you don't want. You really try to delegate and you don't want to do it at all. So they list them down from 1 to 7. And then I take the one with the score 1, and let's say the mission of the company is serving client, giving the right medication, let's say, giving patient. So I tell them, okay, how this task is helping you with that mission.
Right.
So the moment that you see the employee or the individual starts to, well, I don't know, and he start to kind of think and limping his life or his mind, you can tell right away that that individual, he doesn't see the connection.
Right.
And when we see he or she doesn't see it, in the more neuroscience point of view, the trillion of neurons that in his mind, they're not connecting.
Right.
They don't see the connection. However, if I take the job description where he scored 7, let's say, said how this is actually helping you to fulfill your highest value. They don't stop. You can see them live in the workshop. They say, okay, well, this is going to help me do this because I want to do this, because if I do this, I'm going to do this. And then boom, 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 they keep on going.
Right.
And sometimes, okay, stop.
Yeah.
We got it.
Right.
So that moment of congruency that we call, because the mind, the heart, and the body, the three of them are connected, are one.
Right. Okay.
And you can feel it and you really feel it.
Right.
So what we do in that case is if the individual doesn't have a lot of these, because once again, there is some holding perceptions holding him back. So we go down and we start to dissolve the baggage and the perception that he's holding in his past memory so he can move on to an inspiring motion.